Every now and again, I am asked by friends and people who I come across in events. They ask me, what is it that people need to do in order for them to be financially free? What is it that they need to do to be deemed as financially successful? And the first question I ask them is, do you earn money? What is your source of income? And they will tell me, oh, I've got this low-paying job, or I work for the government, they don't pay us a lot of money, etc. And I have to say to them that, you actually have a good basis for being financially successful, for being financially free. And they give me this look like, what do you mean? I said, because if you can earn money, then it means that you can actually be wealthy. So today, I'm going to speak about what I would call the 4 foundational pillars of financial success. Now, these are so simple that it will actually amaze you what it actually requires for you to be this financially free or to be financially successful. Now, remember that to be successful has got multiple interpretations. So today, we're speaking only about being financially free. So the very first one I'm going to speak about is that you need to be able to earn money. Now, earning money, no matter what it is currently, is so fundamental because you cannot conjure nothing out of nothing. So we're saying that you need to earn money. But someone will say, but I don't earn that much. I say, okay, no problem. Because if you don't earn that much, then it means that we need to work on your ability to earn more money. I said, okay, but don't I have to be in business to earn more money? I said, no, you don't have to be in business to earn more money. What you need to be able to do is able to develop yourself so that you're able to add more value to your organization and they will deem it fit to pay you more money. Now, we don't need to be cynical about this, to the extent that some will say, oh, but organizations just want to use people. No. That is a negative mentality. That is a negative way of thinking. The point is that at the end of the day, they will only pay you more if you're able to provide more value. So the question is, whatever it is that you're being paid today is tied to whatever value the organization feels that you are worth to them. So let's say, for example, you earn, for argument's sake, let's use $1 because this video is being watched by people from different countries. Let's say you earn $3 an hour, for example, or you earn $20 a day. Now, if you earn $20 a day, that means that your total value to the organization is $20. But you also find, of course, that there are people in other organizations who are earning $100 a day, who are earning $200 a day. So the question is that what do you need to do in order for you to earn that much? What do you need to do to double your income? So it means that the question you're asking yourself is that what sort of value do I need to give to this organization in order for them to be able to double my value? Maybe not this organization, maybe the next organization. And it boils down very simply to the extent to which you are able to develop yourself. And we give advice to people, I say this to my colleagues at work, that you must always try to you should work harder on yourself than you do at work. You should work harder on yourself than you do for your organization. All right? What you do for your organization will make you a living. If you work harder on yourself, then you can make a fortune. If you work hard on your organization, you will make a living. Now, what it simply means is the fact that the more time you invest in developing yourself, the more value you can add to your organizations, and the more they will deem it fit to pay you, or the next one will pay you. It's as simple as that. I mean, we know of people who started out as teachers. I mean, I know a guy today who works for one of the American agencies based in West Africa. I mean, he looks after the entire West Africa. Now, if this gentleman tells you that he used to be a school teacher, you wouldn't believe. When you hear his story, Senegalese man, when you hear his story of what he did, and how he was able to advance himself to the extent that he's so successful and he's so financially successful that it is almost incredible to believe. And when you look at the discipline with which he had developed himself over the last 20 years to get to where he is, it is nothing short of mind-boggling. So if a school teacher in Senegal, all right, speaking only French at the time, could develop himself, learn another language, he's now based in Ghana and works for a major US organization, helping young Africans across the continent, then it means that anyone can do it. So it is true indeed that if you are able if you're able to work hard on yourself more than the organization. No one is telling you to skive work. No one is telling you to do more, to do less than is expected of you. Actually, you need to do much more than is expected of you. Don't focus on what you can get out of the organization. You should spend your time thinking about what you can put into the organization, because as the organization grows, all right, you will also grow with it. And if you develop yourself to the point where you get bigger than your organization, you will often find that someone else will desire your skills and pay you a lot more. So we're saying that the first thing, of course, is to earn money. So if you earn money at a certain level, that is good enough. It doesn't matter what it is. Wealth is a plan, so you start from somewhere. Now, if it is a case that you want to earn more, you know what to do. All right, there are no shortcuts in life. It might take you time to develop yourself to get to a certain level, but that is what is required. Personally, my life changed dramatically after only 3 years of study. Only 3 years. I would do it again if I needed to do it all over again. But in 3 years, my circumstances had made such an about turn that I was almost unrecognizable. So this can happen for you too. But you need to find what it is that you like to do, what it is that you believe you're genuinely good at. Like I said, if you're currently working, for example, if you're working as an accountant, get professional qualifications. Learn to be an Excel junkie, for example. If you work in marketing, learn effective presentation skills. If you work in software, take professional exams. Just keep on developing yourself. In the next video, we'll talk about the next thing or the second foundational pillar for wealth creation. Thank you.